This is the fern stitch. The fern stitch is used all the time in floral embroidery to create like fern shapes, stem shapes, pine boughs, anything that has this kind of shape to it. So we're going to start really simple, and then I'm going to show you how to do it a little more realistically. So we're going to come up at A. You're going to go down at B, which is always above A. Make a straight line. Now you're going to come up at C, which is on an angle from B. Sorry, something came up from the back side. And down again into A. And then we're going to go up at E, which is going to be in the mirror image of this slanted stitch right here. And down at F, which was the beginning of this shape. So that is kind of your first fern shape. So we're just going to repeat that. We're going to start over again at A. We're going to go down at B, but B is right up here in the middle of this other shape. C over here on the angle. And D, which is down into where A was. E is a mirror image to what we just did, and F down into the middle. Okay, now I'm going to quit saying the alphabet and just do it for you. I'm going to come up. I'm going to go down the middle of the last shape. I'm going to come over to the side and down where we first came up. Then over to the other side and down where we first came up. We'll do this one more time. Come up and down, up into the middle of the last shape, over here to the side, and down, right smack where you first came up. And then over on this side, and down into the middle. So there you go. Now to make this a little bit more natural looking, we're going to use this more of a curved shape here. I'm going to come up at A. Sorry, I don't know why I keep bringing something up from the other side. Down at B. Up at C. Down again at A, which now becomes D. And E. And F, which was also A. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm starting kind of small, and then I'm going to get a little bigger as I go up, so it more mimics what would happen in nature. So now I'm going to make this three-legged shape a little larger than the one we just did. But still doing it in the same way. Then I'm going to make it a little larger still. And a little larger still on this side. And then even larger. Whoops, Gotta forget, can't remember the first step. Up and down. And then off to the side. And down. And then off to the side. And down. Then maybe to make it look very real, we'll just come up once more and go down. And there you go. So it looks just beautiful. Now, the one other thing you can do with the fern stitch is do little broken separate pieces like the fly stitch or like the broken chain. And that would be just to do one little one, A, B, C, D, and E, F, and that's sort of your isolated fern stitch. Then we'll do another one down here. So I'm not sure, I mean, it gets a little complicated for doing a fill, but you could make pretty little flowers if you're doing sort of a field in your embroidery, and you just needed some little shapes once in a while that look like plants. This would look really great. Okay, so there is your isolated fern stitch. Okay, that's the fern stitch.